than the game. How do you guys feel now about the defensive improvements over the last couple of games?
Yeah, it was better tonight. Obviously, I mean, still a couple missed assignments that cost us, but better for sure. Probably not as frequent in the breakdowns, but still could be a lot better.
What kind of a shot there did you give the guys to have a couple of defensemen chipping in as far as the goals today?
Yeah, no, it's great. Anytime you can get offense from the back end, it's going to help you win the game. But wasn't enough tonight, obviously. As defensemen, we're always looking to jump in and contribute, so we'll look to keep doing that.
Then these defensive mistakes, I mean, are they just mental, or you guys are basically shooting yourselves in the foot, do you think? Or?
I don't know about shooting ourselves in the foot, but it's just a little bit of attention to details. Knowing that you got your guy in our zone or 5 guys in front of you if you're a defenseman or whatever this case is. Just knowing that you're in a sound defensive position is, especially against a team like Boston, they can make you pay so fast. Just a little more attention to detail, I think, would be helpful as far as being a stronger defensive team.
JT, after you came back from the injury, it felt like it took you just a couple of games to get back to playing like yourself before, and we've seen that tonight against Nashville. Would you say that's fair, and how are you feeling out there after coming back?
Yeah, I think that I still can play better. I feel like sometimes when you come back, it takes you a couple of games. I still think there's more to my game, though.
And then how about just centering different getting Kane? What's that been like for you?
Yeah, obviously 2 all-world players and so good with the puck and just trying to create space for them and get to the net and, just support them in the offensive zone, defensive zone.
And what's the level of frustration within the room just at how things have gone this month and just you slipping in the standings and
Yeah, no, tonight's frustrating for sure, especially coming off last game. You're looking to build some momentum here going into a long road trip. So I think getting out on the road will be good for us. Get the team together and look to build momentum out in California.
JT, what you see before you score on the power play there, the first 5 that one game in the third period, potential tying goal there. Just what did you see from the power play early on?
I thought we had chances. I mean, it wasn't perfect tonight. You're judged on goals, and we weren't able to capitalize early in the game. I thought we did some really good things, though. Had some good chances. Just a little bit mis-execution that probably cost us a little zone time, but I can just off the top of my head remember a handful of chances we had. But it's you got to capitalize, and you got to we just didn't score tonight early enough.
And the empty net goals make it look like a more lopsided game than it really was. It was a pretty tight game. How important is it to start winning these tight games, because you guys haven't had a lot of luck in the tight low-scoring games this year?
Yeah, I think that's kind of part of the maturation of a team, especially a young team. Winning those tight games, knowing how to hold a lead. Those are things that we're working on here, and it takes time to know and be comfortable in how to play those games, and that's something we're figuring out still.
Ben was saying that an opportunity missed your chance to string a couple of wins together and gather some momentum before you head on the road. How do you see things?
Yeah, that's probably a good way to put it. Opportunity missed. Obviously did some quality things tonight. You look back in that game, obviously we easily could have won that game. Probably our most complete 60 minutes from start to finish in a while. Just came against a team with a very slim margin of error to be successful, and just a little disappointing that I think they only had one chance in the third, and it was a missed face-off assignment and up at the back of the net. So hopefully we can build off of this a little bit, because our actual full process for 60 minutes was pretty good. Yeah, it for sure today. I mean, that was probably a little bit to having a full lineup up front. But yes, this was a pretty good defensive game for us. A little more sound, my point of a fairly sound 60 minutes.
Any lingering effects for Alex?
I don't think so. I think obviously a little concerned is he was coming off an upper body injury, but I think it was more just getting his wind knocked out of him.
How much tonight was just being able to generate something off the power play early? I think
Yeah.
you didn't lack the chances.
No, power play, it's just, again, you get a little frustrated when you don't get looks. It just didn't go in the net. That's their recipe. They're a high compete, well-coached team that leans on elite goaltending. That's a very comfortable game for them. So, again, our power play got one tonight, gave us a chance with the goalie pull at the end, but just we probably needed one early on.
Surprised that you haven't won a game, you scored less than 4 goals and haven't relied on offense.
Yeah, that's a misleading stat because we have 2 shutouts. In a lot of those 4-win games, we've given up 1 or 2 or 3 goals. So instead of scoring 4 or an open netter on some of those nights, we could be sitting here with a 3-1 win or 3-2 win, or our shutout games, a 2-0 win. So, yeah, of course, our defense needs to improve, but that stat that I keep seeing, it's because in the games in which we gave up 3 or less, we just happened to score 4. So it's a little misleading stat. I just think on a whole, our D needs to improve. And I think tonight, the couple practices we have this week, I think we took a step in a good direction. Thanks, guys.